Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Building Drawing 101. In this episode, I will show you how to add dimensions to your drawing or the measurements to your drawing. Now, this is the dimensioning command. By default, it's set to linear dimension. So I am going to linear dimensions can measure vertical or horizontal measurements. For example, from here to here. However, as you can see, the measurements are small. Let's change back this layer to the original state. So let me draw it again. From here to here, the measurement is small. Now I have to go in dim style. So you click on the drop down menu on the annotation bar to dim style, the second icon there. Then you modify, and I'm modifying this style. For more information on this, you can go back to the dimensioning video. So first thing I'm going to change is the arrow edge. I'm going to search for the architectural tick. Arrow edges are normally this arrow head, the original arrow head, that is normally used in mechanical drawing. Building drawing, you use the architectural tick. I'm going to change the arrow size to somewhere around 50 millimeters. That is a good size based on the drawing that I'm doing. I'm going to go to lines, and I don't want it to be extended beyond the dimension lines. Then the offset from the origin, I'm going to put about 50 as well. I'll soon explain why I'm using these measurements. Then the text now, I'll normally put it to 150. The text height. Now, let me go OK. Now if you notice, OK again, the offset from the dimension line would be here, the extra line that will be coming off here. This is the offset from the origin. The origin is the point that you're measuring from. Alright, so there is some more editing to do. Let me go back again to dim style, modify. I am also going to change the text to let it be aligned with the dimension line. I'm going to go to primary units, and I'm going to change the precision to 0. The next thing I'm going to do is go back to text, and the offset from the dimension line, I'll put about 25 millimeters. I'm going to allow the text to be above. If you realize, it's now not in the line, but above the line. I'm going to press OK, and that should do it. Excuse me. Now, when you are dimensioning, once you have set the dimension line, you can go ahead and dimension. When I'm dimensioning, I normally go to the annotation tab and not the home tab, because you have more options. You can find the same commands there, like linear dimension, for example. So I'm going to click on, notice I'm at annotate and not home. I'm at annotate. Look at the top right of the top left of your screen. Sorry, annotate, linear dimension. So when you're dimensioning in building drawings, there are 3 rows of dimensions that you put to each side. Well, 2, and let me show you. 2 for some, 3 for some. I'll explain. So I'm measuring from the edge of the building to the first opening, to the end of the first opening, to the next opening, to the next opening, to the next opening, to the next opening, and you get the picture. So I am going to continue here and click. I'm going to ensure that I'm clicking in line with this so that they are even. So I'm clicking here again. So in between the windows, then the length of the windows. So I'm clicking from here to here, bringing up the height. Now let me show you a very nice feature. You have this command that is called continue. It's not here in the home tab. It's not there. Or is it? No, it's not there. So you go to annotate, and you have continue, or dim continue. That's the name of the command. Once you click it, it picks up from the last place that you dimensioned, and you're just clicking the points going along, and it's dimensioning your drawing. All right, so once you've ended there, you cannot use it to start somewhere new. So let's go to the back. So if you realize it cannot turn, the direction cannot be changed. So you have to start afresh. So I'm going to click linear again, start from this end to the window, bringing up a height. Oh, you can track the height from here. I normally use 450. It's a reasonable height. Then I'm going to continue. Click continue in the annotation section. And you're going along to where the start of the door to the end of the door. Remember that we placed a 900mm door here, and then you will go all the way to the end here. So this is the first row. Let me do the next side. You go to the linear dimension again. Dim linear, that's the name of it. Click here, pull hold 450. Continue. In between the windows, a window, in between the windows again. Window, in between the window, the opening, and to the end. Okay, let's do the front now. From here to here. If you're not seeing it being tracked, you just put it at the point that you want to track it from. Then you type the measurement. I'm using 450, so the dimensions, this dimension line is 450mm from the building. Then I'm going to the window, to the start of the opening, to the end of the opening, then to this portion of the wall here. Now, let me get this out of the way a bit. So that's my first row of dimensions all around the building. The second row will be from wall to wall. So it would be, let me start here. You're going to click at the top of the dimension here. You can click from here to here, but you're going to track the measurement. I'm not clicking. Let's show you what will happen if I click it. If I click it here, you can pull here or here. This is where I want it. You have to track from this point, 450. You will now have to pull this up to here. Now, and you can also pull, let me undo that to show you what I've done. I've clicked on this measurement, and I'm going to put it right here, over this. All right? Now, let's continue. Dim continue. This is a wall thickness. Then I'm going to the room space. So I'm going to track from here and here. Then I'm going to track from here and then from here. That is object tracking. Track from here to here. So now this is the wall. These are the measurements of the rooms that you used initially. And then you can set these measurements in line. You could let them stay, but I like to put them directly over. So that is one space. That is the second row. And this is to be done over the entire drawing. The third row that I was talking about would be the overall measurement. And I'm going to track from the edge here, 450 again. And if you notice, it's the overall measurement. No, this third row doesn't need to go here, or it only needs, because this is the length of the building, this is the width of the building, it would be unnecessary to put it twice since it's the same measurement. Okay, I'll leave you to finish. If you're drawing along with me, I'll leave you to finish the rest. Now, this is how you do the dimensions for inside. For each room, we are going to measure the length and the width. So I normally track to a point of convenience. Then I click the next point. Then I press again. Okay. This is what I should have done earlier in the video. I should have created a new layer, and I'll call this layer dimensions. So DIMENSIONS, or I could have called it dim for short. I'm going to change the color. I normally use this color for my dimensions. So I'm going to press OK, and that's it. Now I have to select all of the lines, all of the dimension lines, and add them to the dimension layer. Escape. I'm going to select these as well, add them to the dimension layer. Please note that when you select a line, the layer that the line is in will be shown here. So when you press escape, it will go back to the default layer. So if you want to start drawing using that new layer, you click dimensions. Then that's the new layer. I'm going to select line or linear dimension again. And from now on, all the dimension lines that are showing will be, yes, so that's it. So you can even adjust the dimensions after you have placed them to take them out of the way of the fixtures and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and do everything inside the building. In the kitchen, this is why it's important to do this lastly, because you might put some dimensions in and then you have to move them afterwards because they're in the way of whatever you're the building. The fixtures may be in the way of the dimensions. So length and width, if you notice, you're getting the measurements that you were using. So if you notice that you're not getting the same dimensions from that were on the plan, it would simply mean that the plan was drawn inaccurately. So let's move this down. There's something that I forgot. You have to also show the measurements for this portion. So from here to here, you have to show that. So I'm going to go back to annotate, continue until it's done, because you need those measurements for the builder to build. This portion here, I would normally move this here so that you can see the dimension lines or the hidden lines. So yeah. So let me see if I've missed out anything. Oh, I have the bathroom section to do and the port, not the port, sorry, the passageway. You can also move the numbers so that they are not in the way of the dimensions. They are not in the way of each other. So the only portion that is left is the bathroom. So let's get this out of the way. You can move this, as I said before. Linear again. Let's see where I can put this. No, I don't want to move the bathroom fixture. I just want to move the dimensions. You have to be careful of the object snapping. It can get annoying sometimes. So this is it, I think. Let's just quickly do this part. So please observe what I'm doing. 450 the distance, and I'm continuing. I'm tracking. I'm wondering if I'm doing that too fast. Let me do that again at the front section. So what I'm doing is this. I'm clicking the starting point. I can click here or I can click here. This is in line, so it doesn't matter. Then I'm clicking the second point, but I'm not clicking here as yet. I'm selecting the point that I want it to be in line with. Then I'm pulling it upwards to hit the point where I actually want it to be. Then I'm going to select another point to track from, which is here. I'm still not clicking. Then I'm pulling it up and I'm typing 450, but I'm doing it so quickly. Okay, so continue. I'm clicking continue again, or dim continue. I'm tracking. I'm not clicking. Then I actually click here. Tracking again. Click here. Tracking again. Click here. and then just click here. Let's put these all in place. I'm clicking the line, the point, or the number, dragging them in place. Yes, so they are in line. I don't think I will do the entire building, even though you should. Now this is the overall width that I was telling you about, that you should put from this point to this point. Now if the building is not rectangular or square, then you have to put the overall measurement over the other side, because it would have been taller or shorter. Okay, there's another little thing that I can't demonstrate it again. All right, so let's do this quickly. I said I wasn't going to do it, but let's do it. 450. Using dim continue makes this so easy. So continue, you just track, 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 track. You don't have to put the overall measurement at this side, as I said before. Then you put in line, and that is it. I have successfully added dimensions to my floor plan, and this floor plan is basically complete. Now there is a line that should be added to show the plane that I'm going to use to cut the building, to show the sectional drawings for the building. I will not add that to the plan at this time, but in further videos, when I'm showing the sectional drawings, I will revert to the floor plan and insert that cutting plane line. I hope you have learned from this video. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I want you to subscribe to the page, like, share, and share the knowledge. Have a good day.